Football sells us a beautiful lie. From the very first time we touch a ball, we are taught the same lesson. If you're good enough, you'll make it. If you work harder, you'll rise. If you win, you deserve it. That belief is football's foundation. It's what keeps fans loyal, what keeps players dreaming, what keeps the system protected. But what if that belief isn't just wrong? What if it's necessary for the system to survive? Because modern football is not built on fairness. It is built on control. And today we expose the biggest lie the game has ever told. This is football's biggest lie, meritocracy. This is inside the game. Meritocracy is the story football sells better than any highlight reel. It tells every kid in every street, academy, and lower league dressing room the same thing. If you're good enough, someone will notice. If you keep winning, you'll move up. If you lose, it's because you weren't good enough. It's a powerful belief because it feels logical. Football looks simple on the surface. 90 minutes, 2 goals, 1 winner. The better team wins, right? But that idea only works if every competitor starts from the same place. And they don't. Meritocracy assumes equal opportunity, equal access, and equal tolerance for failure. Football offers none of those things. Some clubs are allowed years of mistakes. Others get 1 chance and 1 chance only. Some players are forgiven for inconsistency because of reputation. Others disappear after a single bad season. Meritocracy is supposed to reward performance. Football rewards position. And once you understand that difference, the illusion starts to crack. Football didn't become unfair overnight. It happened quietly over decades, while fans were distracted by trophies and rivalries. The turning point wasn't a rule change, it was a business decision. As television money flooded the game, success stopped being measured purely by results and started being measured by reach. Clubs weren't just teams anymore, they were global products. Shirts became billboards, players became assets, fans became data points. From that moment on, fairness became inconvenient. A truly fair system allows unpredictability, but unpredictability scares sponsors, broadcasters, and investors. They don't want surprises, they want reliability. Familiar clubs, familiar faces, familiar narratives. So football adjusted, not publicly, structurally. Revenue distribution favored the already powerful. Access to elite competitions became protected. Failure became survivable for some, catastrophic for others. The game didn't abandon fairness because it hated it. It abandoned fairness because fairness was bad for business. Modern football runs on an unspoken ranking system. It's not written in the rules. It's not announced by governing bodies. But everyone inside the game understands it. Some clubs are too big to fail. Others exist to make the numbers work. When elite clubs struggle, the conversation is about rebuilding, patience, and long-term vision. When smaller clubs struggle, it's about mismanagement, incompetence, or knowing their level. This hierarchy decides everything. Who gets media sympathy? Who gets referee tolerance? Who gets time to recover? Who gets punished immediately? It even affects transfers. A big club finishing 8th is still considered a step up. A smaller club finishing 5th is told to be realistic. Merit doesn't decide where you belong in football's ecosystem. Your brand value does. And questioning that hierarchy is treated as heresy because if fans start questioning it, the entire system becomes unstable. That's why you're never meant to talk about it. Leicester City didn't break football. They exposed it. Their 2016 title win is celebrated as proof that the system works, that miracles are possible. But the truth is far more uncomfortable. Leicester weren't a blueprint. They were an anomaly so extreme the system spent years making sure it never happened again. Every condition had to align perfectly. Traditional giants collapsed simultaneously. Injuries hit rivals at just the wrong time. Leicester stayed unusually healthy. Their recruitment hit perfection. Their coach struck lightning once. And when it was over, football didn't adapt to allow more Leicesters. It did the opposite. TV money distribution widened. Champions League qualification became more protected. Squad depth became essential, not optional. The message was clear. This was allowed once. Leicester weren't rewarded for proving meritocracy exists. They were treated as a glitch, and glitches get patched. Financial fair play was sold as football's moral compass, a system designed to stop reckless spending, a rule book meant to protect competition, a safeguard against domination. But in practice, it did something far more sinister. FFP doesn't stop rich clubs from spending at locks in their advantage. Clubs that grew rich before FFP were allowed to keep their revenue streams. Their historical success became permanent leverage. Smaller clubs were told to earn their growth without being allowed the investment needed to do so. Punishments? Selective, negotiable, delayed. Some clubs receive point deductions for financial mistakes. Others receive settlement agreements. Some are banned. Others are warned. FFP didn't create fairness. It created a financial caste system where the top stays protected and the rest are told to catch up without tools. Fans still talk about football as if effort guarantees progress. They earn promotion. They earn European football. They earn their place. But earning it only matters until it threatens someone more powerful. A small club qualifying for Europe doesn't receive opportunity, it receives strain. More matches, thinner squads, higher wages, more injuries, and no safety net when performance dips. Meanwhile, elite clubs are allowed to fail upward. Miss the Champions League? They're still richer than most domestic champions. Lose a final? They reload with world-class replacements. Earning success without financial insulation is a trap. Modern football doesn't reward those who climb the ladder. It rewards those who already own it. Performance is supposed to be football's ultimate currency. Play well, you rise. Play badly, you fall. Except that's no longer how the game works. Managers survive disastrous seasons because of brand value. Players start week after week because of transfer fees. Clubs stay relevant because broadcasters need them to be. Relegation fights are brutal. Title races are protected. One mistake can destroy a small club. 10 mistakes can be absorbed by a giant. Even refereeing isn't immune. Reputation influences decisions. Big teams get the benefit of doubt. Small teams get lectures about discipline. When performance truly mattered, football was unpredictable. Now unpredictability is treated like a problem. Because once results threaten the hierarchy, performance stops being king and power steps in. Referees are presented as neutral arbiters, but neutrality doesn't survive pressure. Modern referees operate inside a system where every decision is replayed, slowed down, analyzed, and politicized. And VAR, sold as the solution, has only added another invisible layer of influence. Here's the truth nobody likes to admit. Referees know which games matter more. They know which clubs generate outrage. They know which decisions dominate headlines. They know which mistakes end careers. VAR hasn't removed subjectivity, it's centralized it. Decisions still rely on interpretation, but now under tighter deadlines and louder scrutiny. And when ambiguity exists, the safer call often favors the powerful. Not because of corruption, but because of survival. A controversial decision against a giant becomes a global storm. The same decision against a smaller club passes quietly. Over time, instincts form, patterns emerge. No memo is needed. The pressure speaks for itself. If football were a courtroom, the media would be the judge, not the jury. Broadcasters, pundits, and major outlets don't just report football. They shape what is acceptable to question. When elite clubs fail, the narrative becomes about rebuilding, injuries, or bad luck. When smaller clubs fail, it's about incompetence, naivete, or knowing their level. Scandals are framed carefully. Some are dissected endlessly. Others disappear within days. Certain owners are called ambitious. Others are labeled dangerous. And fans absorb it all. Repeated narratives become truth. Silence becomes approval. And questioning the structure becomes uncomfortable, even taboo. The media doesn't need to lie outright. It just needs to choose what not to emphasize. In modern football, control isn't enforced with censorship, it's enforced with storytelling. Here's the hardest part to accept. The system survives because fans protect it. Not because they're stupid, but because belief is comforting. Believing football is fair gives meaning to loyalty. It justifies heartbreak. It turns suffering into honor. Admitting the game is structurally unequal forces a painful question. What if the sacrifices were never rewarded fairly? So fans defend the myth. They mock conspiracy. They dismiss patterns. They cling to exceptions like Leicester as proof, even when those exceptions expose the opposite. Football becomes identity, and attacking the system feels like attacking the self. The lie doesn't need enforcers at the top if it has guardians in the stands. And the most effective systems are the ones people defend voluntarily, even when those systems never serve them equally. Believing in fairness has a cost. It blinds fans to exploitation. It normalizes inequality. It turns structural imbalance into bad luck. Clubs disappear while giants survive scandals. Talented players waste careers in systems designed to use them once and discard them. Communities lose identity while global brands grow stronger. And every time a fan says, "That's just football," the system tightens its grip. The game still produces beauty. That's what makes the lie so effective. Moments of magic distract from patterns of control. But fairness isn't an emotion, it's a structure. And modern football isn't built for fairness, it's built for stability at the top. The cost isn't just trophies or titles. The cost is truth. Real meritocracy wouldn't be cosmetic. It wouldn't be a slogan. It would be uncomfortable. It would require spending limits that actually punish the powerful, not fines that function as fees. It would require revenue sharing that redistributes success instead of concentrating it. It would demand independent refereeing bodies, transparent governance, and real consequences for rule-breaking, not negotiated settlements behind closed doors. It would also require something football isn't ready for: uncertainty. True meritocracy would mean giants falling. It would mean long-term failure for brands built on dominance. And that kind of instability threatens investors, broadcasters, and global narratives, which is why meritocracy remains theoretical. Useful as an idea, dangerous as a reality. What fans think they're watching is competition. What they're actually watching is managed chaos, a system designed to feel unpredictable while remaining structurally stable. Upsets are allowed but not sustained. New challengers can rise but not stay. Drama is encouraged, disorder is not. The league tables change. The faces change. The stories change. But the hierarchy remains intact. Football today isn't scripted match by match. It's engineered season by season. Once you recognize the architecture, every storyline looks different. Every miracle feels temporary. Every collapse feels pre-approved. The game hasn't lost its magic. It's just no longer innocent. Football still matters, but not for the reasons we were told. The passion is real. The emotion is real. The injustice is real. Meritocracy is not. And once you understand that, you stop watching football like a fan and start watching it like someone who finally knows the truth. This is Inside the Game, and this was football's biggest lie: meritocracy.